Alright there, my name's Ragtag and I'm the greatest gutter tier gamer on the face of this earth, and welcome to my little chit chat about hitting the wall in ranked mode for Apex Legends. And you might also be thinking, wait a minute, who is this weird Scottish hobo with a bird's nest embedded in his face? I'm doing it like this, guys, for two reasons. One, it's a little experiment to see how the views do, and two, actually this is the more important one, I spend a lot of time thinking about video ideas and writing things down and then sort of mulling on it and then not actually doing it, and then by the time I've recorded it, it feels like I've spent 20 hours on one video, and to be honest with you, it's just not healthy and I can't be arsed anymore. So I'm going to maybe do a little bit more like this just to see if it works out, and yeah, unload thoughts as and when they occur, which might be very frequent, it might not be as frequent, I don't know. Look, shut your mouth, that's the main message from this. Shut your mouth. I've got yeah, mugs to sell as well that say exactly that. They're overpriced, by the way. I don't think they cost anything close to what they make, but that's how YouTubers make money. You just mark that sucker up. Yep, business 101, bitch. Right, so what I'll do is firstly clarify something that I think I've seen in other videos before. People say, oh yeah, everyone can reach diamond, it's not a problem, you just got to do this. That's wrong. That's a lie, because most of you watching this are shite. You're never going to make diamond, so just lower your expectations right now. I'm not saying I'm a good player. I mean, I've got gaps in my game. I give you trypophobia with the holes in my game, but I know how to improve based on knowing how bad I am. And I think that's probably what I can give you today, is a way to kind of, you know, leap over that. Okay, not leap over it. You'll probably crawl over it while you're bleeding over your arsehole. But, you know, you'll definitely go over that wall if you put some little strategies to mind. But your wall is going to be different from the next person's wall and all that. So you look at the statistics of Apex Legends and it's like 0.2% are Apex Predator, right? That's an unattainable. Most of you are never even going to touch that. And then there's 2% for Diamond, also forget it, not happening for most of you. And then 16% will get Platinum. This is starting to feel doable, isn't it? Now this is the one, I think the elusive one for most average players, getting into Platinum. So let's assume that that's the goal for a lot of people watching this video. Gold and Silver, you know, completely doable as well. Bronze will happen. This is the one that you could say everyone will climb out of, because all you need to do is play. There's no consequence. Anyway, the wall. Oh, by the way, last night I hit Plat 3. Thank you very much. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, I also dropped out of Plat 3 last night, but that's not the point. The point is I feel like I'm climbing. So let's get on with this. So I got this little list of things that I think will help for this season. This season feels different to last season, mainly because there's wider spaces, and you know, but with that in mind, I think it's going to be easier to climb provided you follow a few kind of rules. Nobody likes rules, but we'll just say guidelines. Guidelines, that's it. So I think the first one is you need to use weapons according to the ones that will suit the areas you're moving to, and not because you've been feeling the devotion all night, or maybe you picked up the turbocharger and that's it, you don't care, you're gonna, you know, go with that gun no matter what. Don't get me wrong, it is a nice weapon, but I feel like when you're in Capital City, you want to make sure that you've got an R99 or a Prowler with a select fire, or a Peacekeeper or an EVA 8, whatever. You need to feel like that where you are, if you're going to be in closed spaces, or you can see the ring closing up to one of those little, you know, shitey, what is it? It's like Leaf or something like that, where there's little buildings and you might want to be on top of them or fight inside them, so you want like a long range and a close range. I think that a lot of people get too fixated with the weapons that they plan to use before the game even starts. I think you should look at the ring and then decide, and that might mean, you know, you got to spend some extra time getting good with these guns or whatnot, but I think that is important. The next one, I'm just learning right now. You need to swap weapons if ammo is becoming a problem throughout the game. I had this issue last night where, don't ask me why, right? I think I had a charged rifle and a devotion, or a triple take and a devotion. I'll probably put the footage up and you'll see how fucking dumb it was. And I should have swapped guns much earlier, and ended up like swapping to a flatline really late or something like that. And yeah, it's a regrettable thing where you just have this tunnel vision with, I'm doing good with these, I'll find more energy ammo, I'll find it, and you don't find it. You do not find it. You need to just cut your losses. The next thing that has been helping me in terms of climbing has been choosing when to fight. Like, just don't fight unless it's favorable. A lot of people seem to think, oh, just pick off this person as the ring's coming in. If you're running away from the ring with your arse stinging, I think it's time to move, and you just need to forget the fight sometimes. And again, this has been helping me climb, because sometimes I will sit and do these fights and then, you know, you just lose too early. Especially if there's like 13, 14 squads left, it's just not worth the risk. At the moment, you should be thinking the expenditure of the RP. If you're in bronze, none of this matters. Just fucking run at people, by the way, and just YOLO right in their face. But at the expenditure of the RP, it does start to matter the higher you go. So yeah, what else? Rotating on top of people. This is something that I think people start to do when they are climbing up. So when you're in silver, you might do it now and again, get on top of a building or whatever. In gold, you'll start thinking about it quite a lot. In plat, you have to think about it at every single moment, because people start rotating around each other. So people, you can see them moving in clockwise circles or anti-clockwise circles, and that is what I'm starting to find has helped me, is that I can see them trying to get around on top of me, and you literally have to move at the same time as them. And if you're doing that in gold, you will fucking destroy people, because they won't be ready for it. And that has been one of the biggest things that has helped me. By the way, high ground, let's just talk about, last night I watched the Star Wars trailer. Bag of shite, by the way, absolutely. I don't think trailers are indicative of the final movie, so that's not a problem. But if it's anything like The Last Jedi, I am worried. But I hope it's not. I'm not a big fan of Rey, but I was thinking when the high ground, you know, it's over Anakin, I have the high ground. Ewan McGregor is a Scottish actor. Why would they get a Scottish actor in and then say to him, oh, by the way, pal, we'd like you to, can you put on an English accent, because the original Obi-Wan has that kind of posh sage voice. What would have been better is if Star Wars 3, picture this for me, just indulge me for a second here. Obi-Wan is staring Anakin down, saying, hey you pal, you're down there you wee gobshite, I'm up here, nae mere cliping to Palpatine about, they wouldn't make me a master. I'm your master now, prick, now do your somersault moan then, and I'll slash your dauber in half with my lightsaber. That would have been much better. And then, after that, he'd be like, oh, what about the Scottish thing? I'll tell you, all he'd need to do is when he goes to Tatooine, and it goes and becomes the hermit or whatnot, and he lives his life, you know, eating sand. When he talks to people, they don't understand him. They can't even understand a word he's saying. So then he's saying, you know, he goes to the local shop or whatever, the 7-Eleven, and says, I need a pint of milk, pal. And they say, sorry. And then he's pint of milk, pal. Sorry. Then finally, he would adopt it and say, I need a pint of milk. You know, like that. And then there you go. That's it. His accent metamorphosed into something that you could then equate as an English a more kind of neutral accent. And I think that would be the best way to do it, to be honest with you. Yeah, I was supposed to be giving advice. And yeah, what was the other one? Oh, look, I have actually said in a previous video, you know, like, fuck your teammates, get rid of them if they're causing you to die because of their bad positioning. I would say RP is a huge thing the higher up you go. So if you get third-partied whilst you're in combat, honestly, if you're the first person to notice it, survey the situation straight away and do triage. Triage, I think, is the most important thing in ranking up. And that is basically just taking a look at the situation and thinking, would we survive this if we fought right now? And can I get away? Do it, guys. Honestly, I have played multiple games, and I think one of the things that has made me get to Plat 3, even though I'm like 4 RP away from getting back to it, was the times where another squad came in. You know how it feels, and it sucks. And the worst part is when it happens within the first minute of the game or 2 minutes of the game, when you're not really well geared. And then you've got to decide when there's 18 squads left, is loyalty the most important thing right now? Or should you just literally be pragmatic, take a look at it all and say, you know, we're not going to win this fight. Those two, they're going to die. I'm going to leave them. And the best thing you can do for their RP is just start running and hiding like a little bitch and taking pot shots when you can, or, you know, just survival is everything. I don't care what anyone says. I think once you've found that there's a situation like that, how many times have you actually come away from being in the middle of 2 squads, one either side of you, and actually survived at that early stage in the game? Doesn't happen. Just do it. And if your teammates moan about them, just tell them to shut their cockholes, because you're doing what's best for them. I honestly can't stand it when randoms say, "Where the fuck are you, motherfucker?" It's like, I'm doing what's best for the team. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And guys, I think that's pretty much all I got to say in the matter, if I'm honest with you. I think that ranking up is difficult in Apex. It does feel, you know, like you're sometimes ice skating uphill, but it's definitely doable. So let's get on with it. If you want more videos like this, let me know, and let me know what you think of the Star Wars trailers. Or shut your fucking mouth. Catch you in the next one. Later.